Hello everyone, welcome back to another Spirit Island playthrough. In this video, I have Ocean's Hungry Grass going up against Russia. So at this point, I have covered every single level 6 adversary on my channel, so I'm not going to be talking about the adversary basically at all. I'm going to be assuming that you know how the adversary works. So instead, I'm going to jump straight into talking about the spirit. So Ocean's Hungry Grass has special rule, Ocean in Play. You may add or move presence into oceans, but may not add or move presence into inland lands. On boards with your presence, treat oceans as coastal wetlands for powers and blight. You drown any invaders or Dahan move to those oceans. Drowning. Drowning destroys drowned pieces, placing drowned invaders here. At any time, you may exchange X health of these invaders for 1 energy, where X equals the number of players. Their growth options: reclaim cards, gain a power card, gather a presence into each ocean and gain 2 energy, add a presence in any ocean twice and gain 1 energy, or gain a power card, push a presence from each ocean and add a presence to a coastal land at a range of 1. And then their innate powers I'm not going to be talking about because I have Nature Incarnate, and so I will be using an aspect for Ocean. This aspect is going to replace both of these innate powers, and that aspect is Deeps. So Deeps, this replaces one of your innate powers. Slow, range of 1, target a coastal land. With 2 water, add a Deeps token. 3 water, add a Deeps token to a different coastal land on any board. 3 moon, 4 water, 3 earth, add a Deeps token to a 3rd coastal land on any board. And then your other innate, Reclaimed by the Deeps. Slow, range 1, targeting a land with a Deeps token. 2 water, 1 damage per Deeps to buildings only. 4 water, 2 earth. If at least 3 Deeps tokens and no buildings are present, drown all explorers or Dahan. Push all but 2 Deeps. Drown all explorers in Dahan. Push all but 2 Deeps tokens. Target land permanently becomes part of the ocean on its board. Flip all remaining Deeps tokens. They are reminder markers for the expanded ocean. 2 moon, 3 water. Repeat this power in target land or in a land with your presence. So these replace my innate power, both of my innate powers, and will allow me to literally terraform the island and make lands become part of the ocean. From now on, this is just the only way I play Ocean. I do not play base Ocean anymore. Just because I think this is, not because I think this is necessarily stronger. I don't actually know if like one version of Ocean, like the base version of Ocean or this version of Ocean, is like better than the other in terms of actual raw power. But just in terms of theme and how fun it is, Deeps wins by a country mile. So with that, what is my setup? Put 2 presents on your starting board, 1 in the ocean, 1 in a coastal land of your choice. Okay. So 1 in the ocean, 1 in a coastal land of my choice. I'll choose 1 without Dahan in this mountain here. Okay. So I will put my presents onto my presents track. So I do have a little bit of experience with Ocean. As I said, I just love Deeps way more than base Ocean. However, having said that, I'm not the most experienced with Ocean. So I'm not expecting a win here. And also I think Ocean's openings are a little complicated for me to remember for some reason. So I'll probably mess up the opening as well. But in any case, I will also be going over Ocean's unique powers. So I'll start with the slow ones. We have Swallow the Land Dwellers. 0 energy slow, range of 0, target a coastal land, drown an explorer, town, and Han. Then we have Tidal Boon, 1 energy slow, no range, target another spirit. Target spirit gains 2 energy and may push a town and up to 2 Dahan from one of their lands. If Dahan are pushed to your ocean, you may move them to any coastal land instead of drowning them. Grasping Tide, 1 energy fast, range of 1, target a coastal land, 2 fear, defend 4. And last, Call of the Deeps. Fast, 0 energy, range of 0, target a coastal land, gather and explore. If the target land is ocean, you may gather another explorer. So, with that out of the way, we will explore the jungle. Okay. So, this is Russia going up against the ocean. So immediately, I want to call the Deeps to prevent this build over here. And I can already tell this jungle is going to be a problem. So knowing that this is going to be a problem, I think I'm going to try to push my ocean up that way. So I'm going to I'm going to add a presence in any ocean twice. So this ocean will get 3 presence and then gain 1 energy from this growth option. And then I will pass the turn. And so at fast, I will Call of the Deeps, pulling this invader into the ocean and drowning them. And I'm just going to immediately convert that to 1 energy. Okay. So that's it for fast. Moving on to build, this jungle will get a city. And then they will explore the mountains. So these 2 mountains will get explorers. Everything will shift over. And then at slow, I have water and water. So I have 2 water. So I will get to add a Deeps token, and then I can do 1 damage per Deeps token to buildings if I want to. So I'm simply going to add a Deeps token to this mountain. Okay, so that will be it for that. And then I'm going to add a presence to a coastal land and push a presence from each ocean. So I'm going to add a presence here and then push a presence into this mountain. And I will gain a power card. I will gain a minor power. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We have Renewing Rain, Dry Wood explodes smoldering splinters, Blood draws predators, and Birds cry warning. So here's the thing. I think I'm going to take Renewing Rain for the water and sand and for the potential blight removal on this jungle up here. That could be good. Okay, still gain 0 energy from my track. So I'm going to play Swallow the Land Dwellers. And I will play Tidal Boon for 1 energy. Okay. Pass the turn. Still give me 3 water. Yeah. So go to fast powers. I'm not playing any, so they will ravage the jungles. So this jungle will get a blight. And then the mountains will build. So this will get a town. This will get a town. And then they will explore these sands. So this will get an explorer, and this will get an explorer. I just realized, I think that very first invader that I tried to drown wouldn't have been converted to energy. And instead it would have gained a fear and been pushed somewhere else. So I'll push it into this wetland. Since I'm realizing no, this sand, or mountain, I mean. Because I would have... No, I wouldn't have known that it was mountains. Okay, yeah, so this wetland. Okay. So push everything over. Now I will Tidal Boon to give myself 2 energy. And then push a town and up to 2 Dahan from one of my lands. So I'll push this town into the ocean, which will give me another 2 energy and a fear. Then I will swallow the land dwellers to target a land and then drown an explorer town and Dahan. I'm just going to target this mountain, attempting to drown this explorer, which will instead generate a fear and push it over. Actually, I can generate the fear, push it into the ocean, and then generate another fear to drown it again, and then push it into this wetland. I think that's how that works. I'm not fully familiar with the specific rulings of like how many times you gain the fear, what counts as separate actions. I'm not too in the nitty-gritty of the rules, so if someone can clarify if I would gain the fear twice there, or if they're still dead but still can't die, if someone knows the specific interactions of like what just happened there, please let me know. Anyway, I will also be able to add a Deeps token to a coastal land and then add another Deeps token to a different coastal land. So I'm going to add a Deeps token here and a Deeps token to this wetland. Okay. And then I get to do 1 damage per Deeps token to buildings only, but 1 damage isn't going to kill that, so that's fine. Now then, I'm going to... they're going to ravage here, build the sands. Not ideal. I'm going to add 2 presents into any ocean, I think. Oh. I just realized I kind of messed up. Because I can't play 3 cards this turn and trigger this. I'm going to add a present into any ocean and gain another energy, getting to 3 card plays, getting an energy, and then I'm simply going to play these 2 cards for 1 energy each. Fast powers, I can defend a coastal land for 4 and gain 2 fear. There's no coastal land that's actually ravaging that matters. So that's that. Then we do have a fear card. It is Civil Unrest. On each board, add a strife to a building in a land not matching a Ravage card. So I will add a strife to this city up here. Okay. The mountains will ravage. This Dahan will die. It will blight. And then the sands will build. This is not looking great. And then we will explore the mountains again. Getting an explorer, I'll say here, and I'll put another explorer there as well, actually. So scooch this over. Oh wait, no. Put an explorer. Oh man. Well, they're ravaging the sand anyway, so put another explorer there. And then they will actually explore the mountains there and there. Okay. Then it will Renewing Rain, targeting a jungle or sand at range 1 from a sacred site, and removing a blight. So I will remove a blight from this sand. Then I have 3 water, so I get to add a Deeps token to a coastal land, so I'll add one here, and then I will add another Deeps token here, and then 1 damage per Deeps token to buildings, but again, 2 damage is not enough to kill the city, so we will pass the turn there. Okay, so I am now going to reclaim, gathering a presence from here into here, gaining 2 energy, and then gaining a minor power card. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have Sucking Ooze, which is a perfect element card. Sap the Strength of Multitudes, which could be good. Carapace Land, and Desiccating Winds. Whew! Talk about a toughie. We have a Defend 6, we have a Defend 5, and then we have Sucking Ooze, which is just a perfect element 0 cost card. I'm going to take Sucking Ooze. That might be a mistake. The Defend might be better in the long run, but I just really want a perfect element 0 cost card. So we're going to do that. We're going to do... so what do I need here? 4 water, 2 earth. Sucking Ooze, Swallow the Land Dwellers, and Tidal Boon for 1 energy. Okay. So, fast, 2 fear. If invaders are present, isolate the target land in a sand or wetland. So 2 fear, generating a fear card, and then isolating this wetland. Okay. That's the only fast card. So fear, each player adds strife in a land with presence. I will add strife. It really doesn't matter. I'll add strife to the city, I guess. And then they will ravage the sands, unfortunately. So this sands is going to ravage, blight, Dahan will be destroyed, and the beast gets destroyed. And then this land will also blight, putting me to a blighted island. And it is Aid from Lesser Spirits. Immediately draw a minor power card per player plus 1 more. Give 1 to each spirit. They may be used every turn as if played, but cost no card, plays, or energy. Place unselected card in minor powers discard pile. Cool. So 1, 2. So I get to draw 2 minor powers and then pick 1 to just play for free for the rest of the game, basically. So we have Scour the Land and Portents of Disaster. I'm going to pick Portents of Disaster because that is just a free 2/3 fear every single turn for the rest of the game. Right. Give 1 to each spirit that may be used every turn as if played. but cost no card, place, or energy. Yeah. Okay. So then they will build in the mountains. So this will get a town, this will get a city. And then we will explore mountains and jungles. I will say I don't think it's looking good. So mountains, jungles, mountains. I think jungles, yeah. I simply don't think it is looking good. Slow powers. I'm going to use my Deeps Innate to add a Deeps token to this land, add a Deeps token to this land, and add a Deeps token to this jungle. And then I will do 1 damage per Deeps token to buildings only, and I will target this mountain to destroy this town and generate a fear. And then, if at least 3 Deeps tokens and no buildings are present, drown all explorers or Dahan. Explorers and Dahan. Push all but 2 Deeps tokens. Target land permanently becomes part of the ocean on its board. Flip all remaining Deeps tokens. They're reminder markers for the expanded ocean. So I'm going to drown all explorers except for 1, which will generate a fear, and then push it here. And then flip all but 2, or push all but 2. So I'm going to push these 2 Deeps tokens into this mountain. Then I have 2 moon and 3 water for sure. So I get to repeat this power in target land or in a land with my presence. So I'm going to target this land with my presence. Now I get to do 1 damage per Deeps token to buildings again. So I'm going to do 3 damage to this city, destroy the city, which will generate 2 fear, which will immediately place this wetlands card into the build slot. Mildly terrifying. Then I will drown these invaders, gaining 2 energy. I don't think I gained the energy for the other ones. Then this guy will generate a fear and be pushed out somewhere. Again, I don't know if I can like push it into the ocean and then like what have you, but I'll just push it into this sand, I guess. And then push all but 2. So I'll push this Deeps token into this jungle, flip these 2 over. And so now this Dahan gets drowned. Okay. Then I get Tidal Boon, which will just give me 2 more energy. And then swallow the Land Dwellers, which will do nothing. Okay, I was just playing them for elements. So this will all go away. I have a ton of energy. And now all these lands, the reason that I've just kind of like shoved all this together, this mountain is now part of the ocean and this wetland is now part of the ocean, which means all this is now coastal land. Okay. I am very worried about this mountain ravage. Very, very worried indeed. So I can't quite stop it either, unfortunately. That's Okay. I'm going to add a presence to a coastal land and push a presence from each ocean. So I'm going to add a presence. Well, first off, I'm going to gain a power card, and I'm going to grab a major power for sure. So 1, 2, 3, 4, because I have 3, 6, 9, 10 energy. So we have the land thrashes in furious pain, inspire the release of stolen lands, plague ships sail to distant ports, and grant hatred a ravenous form. So this is the only fast power. 1 fear, add 4 disease among coastal lands on any boards other than target land. Interesting. If you have 2 fire, 2 water, 2 animal, I don't even think that's possible. No, not even close. Could be really good eventually. Problem is, if I don't prevent this, I just outright lose, and none of these do that. I can add a bunch of disease, but like, if I can't stop that, those are that's curtains for me. Okay. I don't think 1 fear is enough. Man, that's so unfortunate. I genuinely think I have a pretty decent chance. Oh wait, no, because this is also ravaging. Never mind. I'm cooked. I'll just take plague ships. And then I will forget. Oh, let's swallow the land dwellers. Man. Alright. And then we'll add a presence to a coastal land. I'll add 1 to this wetland, and then I'll push a presence into there, and then I will play all 4 cards in my hand. Okay, so that will be 1, 2, 6 energy. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 energy. I will Portents of Disaster, targeting, I don't know, this land with invaders, generating 2 fear, and then I will Call of the Deeps to gather 2 explorers into the ocean. I will gather one explorer, 2 explorers. So 1 will be drowned, gaining an energy. The other one will not. Gain a fear, push it somewhere else. Push it into this wetland, I suppose. Wait, no, because they're building there. Okay, back to this jungle you go. And then Grasping Tide, 2 fear, defend 4. I'll defend for this mountain. And then plague ships sail to distant ports. 1 fear, add a disease here, 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 and then I'll put another one in this jungle. Okay. That is all my fast. We will go to fear cards. We have each player chooses a different land. In chosen lands, gather to 2 Tahan, and 1 damage to Tahan are present. I'll choose this land, just deal 1 damage. Oh. So 1 fear. Push. See, this is where I get confused. Can I just push it into the ocean? Like gain another fear and then push it back out? I am a bit confuzzled. But anyway, we have Tall Tales of Savagery. Each player removes 2 explorers or 1 town from a land with the Han. So that will remove this guy. Removing is different from destroying, so that will work. And then Fear. On each board, remove an explorer or town from a land matching a Ravage card. Okay, so remove this town. And unfortunately, they're going to ravage this mountain and this sand, and there's nothing I can do about it, so... Because I am defending for 4 here, but they're dealing 3, 5, 7 damage, so... that will unfortunately still Blight and Cascade. And I will lose the game. So... I'm not entirely sure what I could have done differently there, because my cards that I could have reclaimed weren't really much help either in that situation. I think the big problem... Well, mountains shouldn't have been that bad, because my whole idea was to, like, create this as part of the ocean in order to get to here faster. But... even with that idea, I just didn't make it there in time. I was 1 turn away. Because then I was just going to, like, in the slow, I'd be able to add a deeps to there and, like, some other places, and then drown this, make this part of the ocean, push it out. Like, I could have reached, like, all the way to this jungle. I think I have to chalk it up to a bad Explorer order, because if it wasn't mountains next, I mean, I guess jungles would have been pretty bad too. I don't know. If it had been wetlands, I would have been chilling. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not entirely sure. It was either just a bad Explorer order, or I just should have done my opening a little differently. I'm not sure. But anyway, if anyone knows like how Russia's level 2 interacts with ocean drowning and pushing into the ocean, and if you like gain fear for it every time, let me know, because that feels weird. But in any case, that is Ocean's Hungry Grasp going against Russia 6, specifically Deep's Ocean. I really enjoy how the Spirit plays, but you do kind of end up in these situations where your inlands get built up. You do everything in your power to get there, and then you still just kind of keel over and die sometimes. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.